Good morning and welcome to the Wednesday Word. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me never forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. The words of Maltby Babcock, a Presbyterian pastor, penned at the turn of the last century, but words, let me suggest, that are a timeless reminder to us all. We continue to grapple with events that stretch our faith and put pressing questions before us. And in this way, we're not unlike Pastor Babcock himself. When Maltby Babcock became pastor of the Brick Presbyterian Church in New York City at the turn of the century, he summed up the situation with these words: "Be strong. We are not here to play, to dream, to drift. We have hard work to do, and loads of it. Shun not the struggle. Face it. It is God's gift to us. Be strong." Sounds very appropriate to our time and place, doesn't it? Where do we get the strength for the struggle? For Babcock, there was both a spiritual and a physical dimension to this. There was first and foremost the spiritual dimension. There was the reliance upon the Holy Spirit, the gift of Jesus Christ, all those who have a faith in Him, that everyday pouring out of this same faith in terms of gifts and abilities upon all people. And Babcock surely, if we look at his life, was a recipient of many of these gifts. Indeed, he worshipped and demonstrated a God who was not stingy, but always was giving and gracious with gifts and abilities. "My cup runneth over," wrote the psalmist years ago. "Surely goodness and mercy shall attend me all the days of my life." And as a student at Syracuse University in upstate New York, there seems to be nothing that Babcock was not equipped to do. Here he was a standout student, an expert swimmer, captain of the baseball team. He also directed the university's orchestra and glee club, plus played several instruments and composed music. The world, you could say, was his oyster. Upon graduation, he could have gone anywhere to do anything that he wished. He felt a call to enter ordained ministry. He soon became a pastor. He then came to pastor his first church in the town of Lockport, New York. And he also began to take a 3-mile run or walk, alternatively, each day. Now, that last detail may not surprise you given Babcock's athletic side, but that run and this walk occasionally proved to be a highly spiritual component for him. Because each day, as Babcock left the office, he said, "I'm going to go see my Father's world." And off he would go, running to have a look over a large cliff overlooking nearby Lake Ontario, or going down into a ravine, we are told, that was home to no less than 40 different species of songbirds. Can you see where this may be going? So moved was Babcock by what he saw and ran as he ran each day, he could not help but pen these thoughts that have come down to us. "This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, His hand the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world. The birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me never forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. Why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King. Let the heavens ring. God reigns. Let the earth be glad." Unquote. Words filled with such confidence, and words directed at us for sure, especially as we face some daunting challenges here and now. We may not know these words as well as we do, friends, without a sad ending to this story. In the year 1901, and in gratitude for his outstanding pastoral gifts and leadership of the Presbyterian Church, the session there presented Babcock with the gift of a trip to the Holy Land. With great excitement he packed his bag and got upon a ship that departed. But just days out, as the voyage began, he developed a deadly bacterial fever, only to die in a hospital in Italy, aged 42 years old and miles short of his destination. As I read this last detail this week, friends, I could not help but think of those whose lives have been taken by COVID-19. And yet these words, and what they declare to us about God, about us, and about our world as well, remain to guard our minds, to guide our steps, and to invite us to look at the larger picture. So often, friends, you and I can fall victim, let me suggest, to focusing upon small details, upon one part of reality, for instance, when in truth we can fail to embrace the larger reality. In this case, the reality of God's ongoing presence and creative power in our midst. Do you hear the birds singing? Do you see the flowers? Have you taken time to feel the grass under your bare feet? Have you taken a rock in your hand and felt its cragginess and also its firmness? In these ways and in so many other ways, there's a testimony given to us here and now that I believe can provide us with both peace and renewed purpose. God is king, not COVID-19. God reigns, not the divisions between us. Jesus will be satisfied, and earth and heaven will be one. Let us hold fast to that larger picture, and let us give thanks also for the wonderful setting of this hymn that comes to us today in the linked video, courtesy of the singer Allie Rogers. Over the years, additional stanzas, penned by other writers, have been added to the basic words that Maltby Babcock penned years ago, and if you follow the link that's embedded in this video, you're going to hear one of them and also see some marvelous images as well. Until next time, may the fact that this is our God, our Father's world, provide us with a peace that passes all understanding. May God bless you and keep you.